Welcome to the Bible Quiz Challenge channel. Dive into the life and teachings of Jesus with our engaging quizzes. Whether you're a seasoned scholar or just starting your journey, our channel offers a fun way to explore Jesus' stories and lessons. Subscribe now and join our community as we challenge ourselves with intriguing questions about his life, miracles, and teachings. Get ready to be inspired and educated. Question number 1. Who took Jesus' body down from the cross? A. Peter and John. B. Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus. C. Mary and Martha. D. Pilate and Herod. The correct answer is Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus. Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus took Jesus' body down from the cross. This is based on the biblical account found in the New Testament, specifically in the book of John, John chapter 19, verse 38 to 42. Joseph and Nicodemus were both members of the Sanhedrin, the Jewish council, and they were friends of Jesus. They asked for Jesus' body and then took it to prepare it for burial. They wrapped it in linen and placed it in a tomb, which Joseph had prepared for himself. This act of kindness and respect towards Jesus, even in death, is a testament to their faith and loyalty. Question number 2. Who did Jesus appear to first after his resurrection? A. Peter. B. Pilate. C. John. D. Mary of Magdala. The correct answer is Mary of Magdala. Jesus appeared to Mary of Magdala first after his resurrection. This is based on the biblical account found in the New Testament, specifically in the book of John, John chapter 20, verse 1 to 2. Mary was one of Jesus' closest followers and was known for her devotion and loyalty. She was the first person to see Jesus after his resurrection, and she ran to tell the other disciples. Her enthusiasm and faithfulness were inspiring to the others, and they were encouraged to come and see Jesus for themselves. This event is often referred to as the Gospel of Mary, and it is a powerful reminder of the love and faithfulness of Jesus' disciples.
Question number 3. What did Mary of Magdala do after seeing Jesus? A. She went to tell the disciples. B. She ran to inform the Roman authorities. C. She returned to the tomb. D. She hid in fear. The correct answer is she went to tell the disciples. After seeing Jesus, Mary of Magdala went to tell the disciples. This is based on the biblical account found in the New Testament, specifically in the book of John, John chapter 20, verse 2. Mary was so excited to see Jesus alive again that she ran to tell the other disciples, who were still hiding in fear. Her enthusiasm and faithfulness were inspiring to the others, and they were encouraged to come and see Jesus for themselves. This event is a testament to the power of faith and the love that Jesus' disciples had for him. It also shows how Jesus' resurrection brought hope and joy to his followers, and it is a reminder of the promise of eternal life that Jesus offers to all who believe in him. Question number 4. Why was a crown of thorns placed on Jesus' head? A. To honor him. B. To mock him as King of the Jews. C. To protect him. D. To relieve his pain. The correct answer is to mock him as King of the Jews. The crown of thorns was not a symbol of honor, but a cruel instrument of mockery. The Roman soldiers were mocking Jesus' claim of being a king by giving him a fake crown. They insulted his kingship, but unknowingly, their act of mockery fulfilled the prophecy of the suffering servant. Despite the pain, Jesus bore it with dignity, embodying humility even in the face of cruel ridicule. Question number 5. Who ordered the crown of thorns to be placed on Jesus' head? A. The Roman soldiers. B.
Pilate.
C. The chief priests. D. The crowd. The correct answer is the Roman soldiers. The Roman soldiers, known for their harsh treatment of prisoners, mocked Jesus by placing the crown of thorns on his head and ridiculing him as a false king. They did this to amuse themselves and to further humiliate Jesus in front of the crowd. This act reflects the depth of human cruelty, but also highlights Jesus' endurance of suffering for the sake of humanity. Question number 6. What was Jesus' response when Caiaphas asked him if he was the Christ, the Son of God? A. He denied it. B. He avoided answering. C. He confirmed it. D. He changed the subject. The correct answer is he confirmed it. When Caiaphas, the high priest, directly asked Jesus if he was the Christ, the Son of God, Jesus affirmed his identity, saying, "You have said it." By doing so, he made it clear that he was indeed the Messiah. This confirmation led to his condemnation by the religious authorities, who accused him of blasphemy, even though his claim was true. Jesus' calm and truthful affirmation in the face of death shows his resolve and faithfulness to his mission.
Question number 7. Why did the Sanhedrin send Jesus to Pontius Pilate? A. They lacked the authority to execute. B. They wanted to seek a new trial. C. They wanted Pilate's approval for their decision. D. They hoped Pilate would release him. The correct answer is they lacked the authority to execute. The Sanhedrin, which was the Jewish religious court, could not legally execute anyone under Roman rule. Although they found Jesus guilty of blasphemy according to their religious laws, they had to send him to Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor, to carry out the death sentence. The Sanhedrin hoped Pilate would approve of Jesus' execution based on charges of claiming to be a king, which they framed as a threat to Roman authority. Question number 8. Which disciples ran to see the empty tomb for themselves? A. James and John. B. John and Peter. C. Andrew and Philip. D. Thomas and Matthew. The correct answer is John and Peter, after Mary. Magdalene informed the disciples that Jesus' tomb was empty. John and Peter ran to verify it for themselves. While John arrived first at the tomb, he waited outside, and Peter went in to find the burial clothes but no body. Their actions demonstrated their love and concern for Jesus, as well as their amazement and confusion over his resurrection. Question number 9. What was the primary charge against Jesus that led to his crucifixion? A. Theft. B. Fraud. C. Sedition. D. Blasphemy. The correct answer is blasphemy. Jesus was primarily charged with blasphemy by the Jewish leaders because he claimed to be the Son of God. They saw this as a direct violation of their religious laws. However, when presenting Jesus to Pilate, the charge was altered to treason, claiming he called himself a king and thus threatened Roman authority. Still, it was the charge of blasphemy that initially led to his condemnation by the Sanhedrin. Question number 10. What did Jesus do during the 40 days after his resurrection? A. He traveled to different cities. B. He performed miracles in public. C. He taught his disciples about the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies. D. He ascended to heaven. The correct answer is, he taught his disciples about the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies. After his resurrection, Jesus spent 40 days with his disciples, teaching them about the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies regarding his life, death, and resurrection. He prepared them for their mission to spread the gospel and explained how the scriptures had predicted these events. This period was crucial for strengthening their faith and understanding before his ascension into heaven. Question number 11. What does John's Gospel explicitly state about Jesus in the prologue? A. He is God and has been since the beginning. B. He was a great teacher. C. He was a historical figure. D. He was only a prophet. The correct answer is, he is God and has been since the beginning. John's Gospel opens by declaring Jesus' divine nature. It states that, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." John chapter 1, verse 1. This verse emphasizes that Jesus, referred to as the Word, has always existed with God and is, in fact, God himself, stressing his eternal divine nature. Question number 12. What was the reaction of Martha and Mary when Jesus asked for the stone to be rolled away from Lazarus' tomb? A. They were excited. B. They expressed concern about the smell. C. They were confused. D. They refused to open the tomb. The correct answer is, they expressed concern about the smell. When Jesus asked for the stone to be rolled away from Lazarus' tomb, Martha expressed concern about the odor, as Lazarus had been dead for 4 days. This reaction shows the human understanding of death, but Jesus demonstrated his power over life and death by raising Lazarus from the dead, displaying God's glory. Question number 13. Who was the Roman governor of the province at the time of Jesus' trial? A. Herod Antipas. B. Caiaphas. C. Pontius Pilate. D. Augustus Caesar. The correct answer is Pontius Pilate. Pontius Pilate was the Roman governor who presided over Jesus Christ's trial and crucifixion. He was known for his cruelty and willingness to please the crowd, even if it meant violating Roman law. Pilate was a complex figure who played a pivotal role in the events leading up to Jesus' death. Question number 14. What was Jesus' intention upon returning to Judea just before his last Passover? A. To challenge the Roman authorities. B. To perform miracles. C. To begin his ministry. D. To observe the Passover holiday. The correct answer is to observe the Passover holiday. Jesus returned to Judea just before his last Passover to observe the Passover holiday. This was a significant event in the Jewish calendar, and Jesus, being a devout Jew, would have wanted to participate in this important religious ceremony. Observing the Passover would have been a way for Jesus to connect with his Jewish heritage and fulfill his religious obligations. Question number 15. Which miracle was recorded by all 4 Gospels? A. The feeding of the 5,000. B. The walking on water. C. The healing of the blind man. D. The raising of Lazarus. The correct answer is the feeding of the 5,000. The feeding of the 5,000 is the only miracle, besides the resurrection, recorded in all four Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. This miracle showcases Jesus' compassion for the crowds and his divine ability to provide abundantly from seemingly limited resources, multiplying 5 loaves and 2 fish to feed a multitude.